Hey Jim, it's Jessica. I just wanted to record this little report for you because I'm about to send you this really boring document with a bunch of numbers and stuff. And I figured maybe making a little video where I talk about what I've added here might help you absorb some of the information better because I know when it comes to me, if I look at stuff like this, I get super bored and I stop looking at it. So anyways, so Amy and I, as you know, have been working on a number of emails for our customer success strategy. And so we just kind of wanted to highlight how those emails were doing and some of the numbers attached to them. So you can see sort of how they're sort of helping us and what our plan is to do for the future. So the first email, well, one of the emails we're sending out is that email we call it the Campaign Ideas Guru email, and that's where I email people who haven't logged in the last 8 days, and they also have less than 4 campaigns created. And the goal of this email is to just encourage them to continue to use our software. So I send out an email saying, hey, tell me a little bit about what your business is, about what your marketing goals are, and I'll send you some campaign ideas to help you reach those goals. So that email. We've been sending it out since May the 5th. And as you can see here, we have some pretty nice, well, they're small, they're still small gaps in the numbers. This email is not causing cancels. As you can see, we've sent 169 emails to, that's the original is the people that have actually received the email, and then we're testing it against a control group, and 173 people fell into that control group. So this is the group of people that aren't receiving an email. This is the group of people that are, so you can see that our email is not causing people to cancel, which is great. We've had a few more people create an app that have received the email. We've also had a few more people install an app since they received the email. We've also had just a smidge more people start a paid subscription, and not as many people have clicked upgrade now. So as you can see here, these sort of indicators, canceling account, creating apps, installing apps, starting paid subscription, etc., are the numbers that we've highlighted, because those are kind of indicators of what a healthy sort of subscription looks like in our opinion, my opinion, and Amy's opinion. And so, so it looks like this email is causing some good to happen for the user that receives the email. So what I'd like to do is just to make sure that, it's not a coincidence that these people have done a few more events with their SwordStack account. I would like to sort of increase the reach of this email to see if we can get these gaps to grow a little bit more in the right direction. So my plan is to increase the last login date to more than 8 days, maybe go 10 days or 12 days, and also to increase the amount of campaigns that they have created. So maybe 6 campaigns. The reason we started with this 4 number is because Frontleaf seemed to think that people with 3 campaigns or less were more likely to cancel their account than people with more campaigns than that. So just to get some more people receiving this email, then we're going to increase these numbers a little bit so as to increase our reach. And then if these gaps continue to grow between the original and the control group in the right direction, then we'll go ahead and just remove the control and trust that this email is doing well. So that's it for the campaign ideas email that we're sending. Then we're also sending out this, what we call our no publish email. And that is, we're sending that out to people who their last campaign was created more than 4 days ago and they've never installed it. So they started one, they got distracted, they got bored, or they got stuck, who knows, and they haven't installed. So we want people to be installing their campaigns so they don't cancel their subscription. So this email is also doing good. It doesn't have the same indication that it's doing well as the other email. We've sent it out to quite a few more people. You can see the original email has gone out to 881 people. The control has gone out to a few less than that, 787 people. This email is also not causing cancels. As you can see, there's a couple there, but we don't believe that that's really a problem in terms of people canceling their account as a result of seeing the email. We've had a few less people, I suppose, create an app, a few more people install an app, a few more people start a paid subscription, but kind of the larger gap here, which is surprising, is the click to upgrade now button. So I'm not sure if this is just a fluke or if this is a result of the email, but it is possible that people are upgrading in order to install their campaign. So we're not sure. But since this is already kind of going out to quite a few people, our plan for this email for the future is to maybe tweak the content of the email itself, because currently I think it's like one sentence. It just says, hey, how come you haven't published your campaign? Do you have questions? Are you stuck or something? Send us a support ticket. So, and we also checked to see if people are sending support tickets. I should have probably included that number here. There was just a few on both sides, maybe 8 and 10 people, original versus control people have submitted a support ticket. So anyway, so what we thought we'd do is to tweak the email a little bit and maybe add some stats about what they're missing out on while they don't have their campaign published. For example, you could be collecting leads. Maybe we find a stat that says, having campaigns installed increases your audience by 12%. We'll have to figure out, what kind of stats we can include or what we know to be true. And then also, I kind of want to start highlighting how easy it is to create a campaign. I find that a lot of people we talk to are small business owners. They wear all the hats of their business and they just don't have time to sit down and make campaigns or figure out the software, etc. So we used to have a video called how to create I forget what it was called. It was like how to create a campaign in 2 minutes or less. And it was Ben Mock set up a giveaway in less than 2 minutes. And so I kind of want to focus more on how easily and quickly you can actually have things installed. So I think that something like that, perhaps included in this email, might help people get published as well. Another email that we're sending out is the customer success individual emails. So that's after 3 weeks to a month of our users having their paid subscription. That's when they get that email from me, that individual email where I look at their campaigns and check in and see how everything went with their campaigns or give them tips, etc. I've sent that out to 94 people. I've had about 16 people reply. I think what I would like to do differently with this email is actually send it out a bit earlier, because what I'm finding is by the time I send this email out to people, their campaigns are already over or they're already almost over. And then if I'm like, hey, add a theme, or hey, maybe you should have, did something differently, it's already kind of too late. So I'd like to maybe start sending this out closer to 2 to 3 weeks instead of 3 weeks to a month, so as to get people perhaps shortly after that campaigns have started, or maybe while they're still in the building process. Which brings me to, I've made this just really quickie timeline of when we're sending emails out. So users are getting an email on day 1, that welcome email that says, hey, thanks for signing up with ShortStack. If there's anything we can do, etc. Then at 3 weeks-ish to a month, they get that check-in from me. And then at 6 months, we've already been sending out that loyalty email and annual plan push, which is so new. I just didn't include it in this report because there's not a lot to report. We've had like 27 people reply wanting their t-shirt, etc. More than that now, maybe 30 people have replied, which is good. So you'll hear more about that in next month's report. So kind of what we were thinking, since we do know that people tend to drop off and they're canceling their subscriptions after about 3 months, what we decided was that we need to probably be sending more touches to our people within that 3-month time frame. And like you said, waiting till 2.5 months is probably too late. So we need to be getting to them and addressing their issues much earlier. So far, they're going to be getting that email on day 1, that email at maybe 2 weeks. And then I'm thinking maybe at 6 weeks, depending on what group they fall into, some of our users, if they're not, performing, if they're not successful with their campaigns, they'll be getting 1 of 2 emails. So at 6 weeks, if the user has campaigns installed but has low views and entries, etc., then that's when I'll offer my social media consultation with them. I'm not sure if you remember from our meeting that social media consultation that we talked about a little bit, where I can go through their social media presences and just give them some sort of stock dialogue to help them out a little bit there. Another group that we could send to, if the user has no campaigns installed and has not created one in 10 days, So basically they haven't been touching their account, then they'll receive an email with a quick start guide, and that's something we'll have to create, but that will be a guide focused on how you can set up really simple campaigns in a very small amount of time that will get you some results. So for those people that I talk to all the time, I feel like I talk to a lot of small business owners that are like, well, this is great, but I just, I can't fit it into my schedule. And on top of that, they're finding a hard way to justify the money they're paying for it. So so anyway, so if we can get people to make simple campaigns that do get them results, and it only takes them a few minutes to get them built and installed, then I think we might have more success with that group of people. So then I kind of think we do need something past 6 weeks, but before that 3-month period, I just don't know what that is yet. So keep thinking about that. Other than that, that is what's been going on in the customer success department. So if you have any feedback about anything I've talked about here, or if you don't like my video and you just want me to send just like a document that's easier for you, whatever, just let me know. Or if you want me to revamp this report in any way, also just let me know. All right. Thanks, Jim. Peace.